Yo, what's up, everybody? This is BTR, Bezo the Rebel, and what we need to discuss right now is starting an argument. We're starting a movement, meaning you have a lot of people who do a lot of name calling when they are trying to articulate their point in regards to, it could be a social issue. It could be, as you know, this channel I cover boxing a lot, and it could be boxing. And when people are discussing various points, a lot of times we don't really get articulate and intelligent debate. We get a lot of name calling. We get a lot of, I would say aggressive stances that really aren't conducive to a conversation. And it's more, as I said, it's more of an argument than it is a discussion. In regards to like a social issue, I was thinking about like how, a lot of people are not really excited about the fact that Michael Jordan finally spoke up on something. Now that's interesting. That's interesting because when he didn't speak, everyone criticized him. Now that he does speak, they're still criticizing him. Partly because he didn't take an aggressive enough stance, is what a lot of people want. A lot of people don't want him to be on the fence about it because he didn't go out and condemn police brutality all the way per se. He didn't condemn, I would say, the system as a whole. He just went out and just, basically he was like, this is terrible. And he put his money where his mouth is. He donated some money towards police departments, and he donated money towards the NAACP. $1 million a piece. That's $2 million total. What we have to understand is when we want people to speak out on social issues, what are you really saying? Because to me, what that really sounds like is you want someone to speak out, someone who's more prominent than yourself, and you want them to speak out and say exactly what you want them to say. And that is what I think is going on with celebrity culture right now. As a lot of people, it's becoming cool to speak out on things. It's becoming okay to speak out on things, and hey, let that be great. But when people speak out and they don't agree with you, see what I'm saying? Like, look at Donald Trump, for example. He speaks out on things all the time, but creates controversy every time he does it. Is creating controversy, is that worth starting a movement? And what I mean by that is not in the sense of certain things aren't so blatant. Like I would say Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, we keep going. Those guys created controversy. In my opinion, the controversy was warranted. This was blatant racism, blatant oppression, and it was creating depression. And that was worth the controversy, in my opinion. That was worth making people uncomfortable and disrupting their comfort zone enough. But a lot of situations, this really isn't worth it. I think we're in a position where if we just change our mindsets, we don't have to make a status about things. We don't have to make a tweet about things. I make music that I feel sometimes, I make music that hopefully can inspire. But I don't feel like a musician needs to be viewed as such. Though I do think that they should help or could help, and it would be nice if they do help. But I would never say it's mandated, it's mandatory. And I would never say a celebrity should be held to the same, to that mandatory. It's mandatory. And then here's the thing. If you do feel that it is mandatory that these celebrities hold themselves account, and that you hold them celebrities accountable as far as being social activists, then do not fund their business. It's that simple. Somehow Donald Trump is still billionaire, though everyone hates him. I don't get it. You see what I'm saying? So everyone would still stay at the Trump, the Trump hotels, and everyone's still buying his products. I'm not saying boycott it, but I am saying that if you really, really don't like him, don't buy his shit. It's that simple. So basically, that's all I wanted to say. But answer this question, because can anyone answer this question? Is creating an argument, is that effective for creating change? Or is that more so just great talk? Let me know. BTR.